First and foremost, I want to say thank you to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. If it wasn't for him, this would not be possible. Low Nose Boxing. Hit the like button, share the video, leave a comment, subscribe. Last night we had a pretty decent night of boxing. Richardson Hitchins pulled out a close, controversial decision over Gustavo Lemon. And based on the performance on both men, on both guys, I would say that 140 pounds, once again, is proven to be a very deep division. You know, you got fighters like Gustavo Lemon, who came out of nowhere, who definitely made a name for himself last night. He's a new player in the best weight class in boxing, the money division in boxing, the glamour division in boxing, junior welterweight. So the junior welterweight division has a new name on that already deep roster of tremendous fighters, high-skilled fighters, tough fighters. 140 is on fire right now. But what I want to talk about is the overword used in boxing, the overused term in boxing, robbery. Everybody quick to say robbery this, robbery that. I personally scored that fight 115-113 for Richardson Hitchins. A lot of people are crying about the scorecard. A lot of people are scoring about the decision. Yeah, 117-111 was definitely unfair. That was definitely out of pocket. That's a robbery. For me, I had to fight 115-113 for Richardson Hitchins. Even though he fought on the back foot for the entire fight, he was landing clean shots with the jab. He was landing clean right hands. And there were moments in the fight where he would dig down and get some good shots off to the body and actually get Gustavo Lemon's attention and respect and back him up at times later in the fight. But Gustavo Lemon was very effective coming forward. He hurt Richardson Hitchins a couple of times in that fight. Richardson Hitchins showed a good chin to weather the storm, you know. But it was a close fight. There's definitely room for improvement for both fighters. Richardson Hitchins, in my opinion, there's still some stuff that he can work on. He can work on counterpunching even more, because he wasn't really countering as much when he was given the opportunities. Instead, he was covering up, dipping, and then trying to reset. Actually resetting. That's what he was doing for the most part. But I had him winning the fight. But I'm tired of people using the word robbery. A robbery is a fight when a guy is clearly beaten, outclassed, and yet he gets the decision. Sort of like when Pernell Whitaker fought Julio Cesar Chavez. Pernell Whitaker, to me, clearly won that fight 10 rounds to 2, maybe 9 to 3 the most. And not just in my eyes, the world saw it that way. But yet they scored that fight a draw. That's a robbery. Pernell Whitaker versus Jose Luis Castillo, the first time. Jose Luis Ramirez, that was a robbery, right? Manny Pacquiao versus Timothy Bradley, that was a robbery, the first fight. So when a fight is close and somebody won the fight and the person that won the fight wasn't the guy you was rooting for, you can't call it a robbery, bro. Now, don't get me wrong. If you scored the fight 115-113 for Lemon, I can see that. Or a draw, I can see that. But I saw Richardson Hitchins winning that fight 115-113. So the point I'm trying to make is, if the fight is a close fight, regardless to who wins, it's not a draw. It's not a robbery, man. And pardon me, I'm a little all over the place right now because I just woke up literally a few minutes ago. Haven't made a video in a few days, so I had to touch bases with you all and give you my insight, my input, or my opinion on the fight from what I saw last night. Richardson Hitchins pulled it off. I think that he only got 17 or 18 fights. He could use some more experience, but I think he's going to turn out to be a very good fighter. I was fortunate enough to watch him train firsthand when I went over to Bosie's Dungeon in Philadelphia to watch him spar, watch him hit the pads. The guy works hard, man. But it also looked like going into this fight, he might have overtrained. He also looked like he had trouble making weight. But nevertheless, Richardson Hitchins is going to bounce back, even though he did not lose the fight. But I think he's going to go back to the drawing board, work on some things, and come back sharper than ever. And Gustavo Lemon, once again, we have a new player at 140 pounds. You can mix and match him with anybody, and it's going to be a competitive fight. Anyway, with that being said, hit the like button, share the video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, Low Nose Boxing, because Low Nose Boxing, I'm out.